Alright, so for some reason this seems to be more of an unknown feature in MillBox and some 3D, but this is kind of a legacy feature. These features have kind of always been around in both some 3D and MillBox from the launch, really. So here you can see I have some disks. In some cases I can import these straight as an image. In some cases I have to make some modifications, maybe in Paint. You can see here I had some dark shadows which actually threw off the algorithm. So in this particular example, I just used Paint to go in and create a contrasting surface so that way the CAM software can detect the differences there and kind of map out a stock based off of that image. So in this particular case, I've gone ahead and started a new job. I skipped past my import object so I could just import a disk. So I can simply go to Tools, and I'm going to go to Reusable Stock, and there's an option up here that allows me to manually import my stock file. And you can see I have options for formats down here. Bitmap, JPEG is one of those. I'm going to paste my path to get to my disk here. There's my disk file. I'm going to open that up, set some parameters for this thickness of this disk, the shrinkage factor, and then if I want to give it a name, block code, and then now MillBox is going to analyze those curves. It's going to project curves based off of the image, and then ultimately give us a representation of that stock file directly inside the CAM software, which is pretty cool. If you need to rotate your orientation, you can. So you can go in and make some minute adjustments, kind of get everything in the right orientation, or at least as close as you think you can get there. Alright, and looks pretty close to our image. So at this point, I could go ahead and proceed with importing STL files in here, nesting those. Of course, you do want to provide a little bit of a buffer, so you can see that these curves are not exact. You know, it's not able to see some tiny slivers of material in between here. So you do need to give yourself a little bit of space, but ultimately this is much better than having to kind of hold your disk up to the monitor and go through all that trouble. You can actually go through and do this for all of your disks. Basically, as you're creating them, you just go back to the reusable stock, and then you go to manually export, manually save the stock file. Now this stock file is saved in the stock library, and then now you can just simply go to manually import your next image and then kind of continue down that same process. Of course, I did not select that file, so that's why that probably occurred there. So anyway, hopefully this helps you resolve that issue.